some, it may be the legacy of fame or the luxury of fortune. But for many, if not most artists, I think they create because they have to. In the absence of creative endeavors, some broken part of their subconscious wells up and presses against other functions of the mind, disrupting them. This quickly becomes a curse as the desperate rattle of a painting or novel or album drowns out all other thoughts. Days or weeks are lost while plumbing the depths and branching ideas of possibilities. The torturous frustration as the clumsy body fails to recreate into reality the immaculate vision of the mind. But the highs, oh those highs, when art flows and you are a conduit for lightning, when knowledge, skills, and training finally align into a perfect focus, turning random, diffuse light into a hot, fast laser beam. This is the feeling of immortality, the feeling that seems to justify this brief, fragile existence. So open that release valve, just a little bit, and let the demons play for a while.
Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? And just Chimera, thank you for the wellness check. I have done all those things. Close out of this file. We're not doing that right now. But good morning. Chimera, Changelini, Runery, and Zafri. I forgot to post my stream announcement. Alright, there, I have posted the announcement. I feel like I'm doing better today. I'm still a little annoyed at yesterday. But I think today is a better day. We shall find out. Why, look for my arc glove, there it is. More Zen fluff rendering. Can't wait to see the color. I mean, there are colors for it. Hi Seaflare, hi Turga, hi Nibs, hi Laser, and hi Sigil. Why is my pen behind? Oh. Yeah, having the grayscale just makes it easier to shade. I am realizing, though, that this shading here needs to kind of fall back to about here on a lot of this. Which is sad because I spent a lot of time on that part yesterday. That will give it a bit more volume here. Definitely not envious of this at all. Look at that heckin' tail. I mean, to be fair, you too can send your tail through a TF ring and either end up with a different tail, a fluffier tail, or a smaller tail. That's why you have the swap ring specifically. Just be careful that no one steals the swap ring from you. That's pencil. I need pen.
Oh no!
Tangent 128. Why, mate? Tangent, thank you so much for 25 months of subscription. Brings both fun and practical. Indeed. That's how you hold stuff. That could be a market having a TF ring specifically use it to make the tail a bed. On the mattress work? I mean, that depends on how you feel about sleeping on it on your own tail. No one come around here anyway. You have security measures. I don't think that is a safe use of your consume everything orb. That orb has its place elsewhere now. I'm more concerned about the fact that you say now, implying that it used to be your security measure. Did you miss something? What orb? You know, the orb. The orb that isn't. It was not, but it was considered. It's an orb that does things. With snap abs. Yeah, I'm not the best at drawing abs, but I tried. current radiating energy to write things as well as watching stream? Fair. Definitely not obsessed at all talking about your things. I mean, they are your own personal interest. It makes sense to get energy when people are talking about your stuff. You share something really silly you came up with your friend? Sure. When using the same effect now. Fair. Peter, please cooperate. Made specifically to mess with people? Yeah, as long as it's done in good faith. That makes sense. posture check, hydrate. I shall do that. I actually
This means
just
is if you
took a drink of water, so.
plan things out and make sure that you are set up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result.
Gonna step away real quick, then I shall be back and continue.
The worst thing you can do is rush through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues. And what's even worse than that is you end up with lingering doubts as to whether your workmanship is good. So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can and try to make the product as perfect as you can. Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come. Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Alright, I'm back. Really want to play Power, but you don't know if you want to commit the time for it. I want to test something, just as far as OBS goes. Okay, that does force a transition even going from scene to scene.
What can I say? It's pretty good.
I have to look more at studio mode later. You're also thinking about Pop and how you might actually be put in system as registered specialist instead. I mean, it's entirely possible. Like, there's like in that setting, it is a setting where anthros don't occur naturally, and magic isn't really present current day enough that it can be studied. But magic used to exist, and occasionally remnants of it still show up and affect people. But it's entirely possible that some of the people that started as being helped by Pob eventually went on to work with them. Yeah, I don't think I said it. Hi, Abby. The setting in which Pob... The primary setting, I should say. If people want to, like, repurpose it for their world, I don't have a lot of problem with that. I'd have to check with Mal as well. But the primary setting for it is one where it's just like a human world, but there are remnants of the old magic that pop up from time to time. And there's not enough magic left over for any official research to be done on it, because normally when it's found, it reacts, and then it's gone. And that's why they can't really focus on reversal. They focus on, like, oh, we're gonna try to help you adapt to the changes, help you learn, make sure you have the tools and resources that you need. Because the scenario in which Pob was first introduced, for us at least, was Saber's scenario. And Saber is a character that was changed and doesn't really have a way back, because, you know, there's no easily accessed magic there. So Pob is helping them adjust to the situation. It's a world where, like, the default world is a setting where anthros and such are not the normal. They're not natural. But they do exist as a result of this, and when one does exist, it's not like they're hidden away and studied. Plus, in the modern day, they're just kind of like, look, if we tried that, there'd be so much, like, so many people would capture it. It's spread on social media. We don't feel like dealing with that. So, like, it's rare that someone gets changed. When they do, it's kind of like a noteworthy event. Sometimes they'll get invited onto the news for an interview or something like that for someone looking for a story. How much home appliances have been replaced for that? I I don't know. That would depend on how many people are. Oh, for Saber situation, at the point that we are in that kind of scenario, writing stuff up, we don't have exact counts on that. So I imagine several will be, but they can only do so much. They don't have a whole lot of funding. That scenario was based on where Mal and I were living at the time when we were kind of brainstorming that. Which, as has been for the past 10 years, we rent, so we can't do a whole lot of renovations to any place we're staying currently. Houses are expensive. No idea what was going on for that much. Oh, the Saber has been around for a while. Let's work on these little fluff things next. And this part of the tail. Any auxiliary fluffs, basically. Heck. Sorry, I just noticed a mistake. But for like an example of POB is for Saber, they organize like someone, because Saber was a gender change, so a doctor that teach any medical stuff about the new physical sex, an expert on the species, like a historian on the Smilodon species, to like find out how accurate Saber is to the actual Smilodons, or if it is entirely just visual. They're like a dietitian, an expert that specializes in helping those who have impaired hand dexterity after their change, and stuff like that. Just know you had that a lot of things would have to be modified, or in worst case replaced, make them accessible. That is part of the issue. And a lot of times in those kind of situations, the agency can't just redo your entire house. Oftentimes that'll kind of be up to, a lot of that will be up to the individual people. But they will help you adapt the best they can. They will teach you everything. You should use one of those helpers. POB is specifically underfunded. therefore they're limited on what they can do. Hi, Coffee. I'm doing well. How about you? We're just working on some more of this piece here. Yeah, I'm having a good day so far. Just from over there. Thank you. There is so much fur shading on this though. And all I can think of as I'm doing it is how much fur shading you add even to your headshots. And I'm just like, how do you do that, Coffee? How? I don't understand. And almost that decides to dive into those stories just doesn't address important. What are the important details will vary per person. But no, I get you. You need to practice your placement of shading more. Same. I don't do shading very much. Heck, I don't do color very much. I tend to work in black and white. So when I get big shading stuff like this, I'm just like, I think this looks good. Also trying to make sure it like follows the flow of the fur and such. And has that kind of shading aesthetic I've used in multiple or in previous pieces. You like the Pob setting vibes a lot. Sometimes try to think about a Pob version of Zakuro. Do I know if Mal would be fine with that? Honestly, I don't think Mal would have a problem with a few questions. You could probably get vibes how they feel after a few questions. So when you say a Pob version of Zakuro, do you mean Zakuro working with Pob or being assisted by Pob? Any open positions in Pob? What do you mean? Heavy, what kind of position are you applying for? This is assuming... Because most of the people that work with Pob haven't been changed themselves. They're just some random specialist that's just like... Pob is just like, okay, yeah. This specialist will be helpful for this. Like a scientist that has a specialty in a certain species or something. I know that I plan on using Pob in, like, to give a more visual example of them, or more. I plan on using them in the reboot of 365 Days. that way, because in the original 365 days, what? Hydrate? I shall hydrate. In the original 365 days, there was just kind of this one-off page that was just like, how are you allowed to work still? The response was equality and disability stuff, all politics and money. How are you not in some lab? Honestly, no idea. I hand-waved it away because that was required for the story to proceed. But with if I use POB for the Paranormal Assistance and Wellness Bureau, for anyone that's new and doesn't know what that stands for, I can use them to explain away that aspect. I can use them to address certain topics that would be difficult to bring up in natural conversation. And it'll just be a useful thing. And putting it into that setting will also give a justification why magic is there, and why nobody else is an anthro, but why the tiger got turned into one, or why it's not a bigger deal that magic is real, etc., etc. Will Pob pay for a pet hair vacuum cleaner? No. That's a small thing, all things considered. They might be like, here, it's at least something we could do, get you. Not ending up in a lab is more likely if people know you exist. Yeah. But adding, I actually drew the first page of... I actually drew the first page of the reboot, but I'm currently redrawing it because I was going to just redo it with the same character design. Do the reboot with the same character design. But after thinking about it more, I want to use a different character design, because I have two characters that are basically the same thing, with the tiger dragon aspects. But using the different design will make it more easily differentiated from the original. Won't have the association of this character having the other friend that was affected, because they won't in this story. And will hopefully kind of separate a lot of people. It was very obvious that the original one was just Ryu, but changed. Even the name was the same. But Ryu ended up being trans. And the character of the comic isn't trans. And I feel like that is a confusion that has already happened. And I'd like to this would also help in avoiding that as much as possible. Since I'm not using this page anymore, I'm going to be redoing it. Hold on, let me catch up on chat. If in that universe there are similar things that happen very rarely, but frequently enough to draw tons of attention. there are similar things that happen very rarely, but frequently enough to not draw lots of attention would be, yeah, that's basically how it is. It's just like, if something happens, it's known that things will happen. It's just very rare. And so, like, if someone sees someone changed somehow, it's not always the answer, of course. But then they just like, oh, you found some wild magic. Because this was the original page where I was using the same character design, but I am going to be redrawing it. I'm already halfway through redrawing it. Same posing and everything, same panel layout. Just different, the updated character design. It's hard to predict how it would really go. We don't have... So draw attention. Yeah, and it'll still draw attention. But having it be something that has precedent means that, yeah, life can kind of go on. They can continue doing their job and such. You can have these silly moments. Your training class is done. 2 of them are going to your area. Did you warn them this time about the whole tiger thing? Nah, it's fun to see their faces when they find out. God, this was 3 years ago. There's an agency that implies that it has enough precedent. Yeah, they have a habit of like showing up on the news and stuff, because even if it's not a huge deal, that's still a story for the news agency. I look forward to getting back to my silly little slice of life post-transformation comic. I think I discussed it before, but one of the aspects that's going away from the reboot is it's not going to be contagious. The tiger won't be able to spread it to others. So there won't be any more, like, funny roommate in the background. But also, this was my, This was my approach to the whole, oh no, you're gonna shed so much. Instead of just stating that fact, just wove it in, just implied it with the tiger, showing the tiger trying to fix an old vacuum in the garage, an old shop vac. Can you fix it? I think so. It's just that the info I'm finding online is being very unhelpful. Not clear what parts I need to order. I think I'm just gonna put this to rest for the day and try again later. I don't remember that Enigmatism emote. Those new ones. I sadly had to end my Enigmatism subscription. I had to end a whole lot of Twitch subscriptions, but that one I was sad to end because I had kept it up for 2 years and I kind of wanted to still be on that streak when it finally, if it returned to streaming. Okay, yeah, I don't see it in the viewer list. I'm sure it'll be back, but I don't like. Look, I look forward to seeing its streams again, but I also want it to take as much time as it needs to rest and take care of real life stuff and whatever it is. I don't want it to feel like it is obligated to come back before it's ready. I look forward to seeing it return, but I want to see it return when it wants to return, not when it feels obligated to return. I had to check the viewer list because I know it has shown up like right at the end of a couple streams in the recent times. Like right before I raid out, it just types in a message. I'm like, sometimes I catch it, sometimes I don't. But it's nice to know that it's still around. Is a good bean. And like, if you find my streams chill, theirs are even more so. They were fun. And to anyone that isn't aware, Enigmatism is the one that did almost all of the pixel art on my stream. They did this one. They did the starting soon screen for when I do game streams. It did any of the pixelated emotes that we have, including those ones posted there, the orb. See, what else did it do? It did the raid alert that I have. Which is... Did it do the orb? Yeah, it did the orb. It actually did the orb for me as a gift. But yeah, this was the very first thing I got from it. And it still really makes me happy because I didn't ask for both forms. I just offered the Toy House page was just like, there's an anthro or a feral form. Feel free to do whatever you want. And it chose to do both. Every phone is foldable at least once. Yes, but is it unfoldable? It has done a lot for me. And it's hard to describe how appreciative I am. If there is they've shown it off before. It made this thing for me with the startup screen. Yeah, I can't resize it, but for those wondering, Nigmatism's pronouns are it's yeah. But this thing was made how do I get to say the dialogue again? Press dialogue is enter or space. I can actually type into it. I don't know. Click on the different stuff. I can force the transformation to happen. I can tap the enter key and it enables the dance. Yeah, pressing enter key stops the dance. Just turning that on, make it automatically. Wonder if it's made in Godot, like its game. Yes, it is. Because if I when I launch it, it launches too quickly. It basically shows the Godot splash screen really quick. Also, it's probably hard to see it, but the control for turning on and off the transformations is just a little TF ring down here. And I find that adorable. But yeah, I should... It doesn't look like there is a way for it. But I should still ask if there's a way for me to modify the automatic dialogue from it. Yeah, there it automatically starts talking again. It says, welcome to the library, then it should say, stream is starting soon. Setup in progress. Stream will be starting soon. If I do implement this onto the stream, like if I find a way to automate different text, the name on this one isn't updated like that I have on the starting soon screen. But I'm pretty sure I could just import this into OBS and then crop out the updated visual of the other one and just overlay it. We probably have to share the original files to compile the game. Yeah, I didn't know if it had some... Because it... Changing settings for it. Like, if I want it bigger, I can go into here and... I can change like the screen size and stuff and the chroma key color and all those things. But I don't see anything for specifically for the text. Tap 1 to make it say specific dialogue. And then 2 for the other one. That's about it. Also, I'm gonna step away real quick. Wonder how difficult it would be to recreate the font. I mean, technically, if you want to, like, the font is pixel art. All of the font is pixel art. But what I will say, though, is that the font that is used for it, Nigma handmade that font pixel by pixel. Here's the full... Here's a bigger version of it. This is just an animation, though, so I can't manually control this one. Oh, so there is a font made already there? Technically, yeah, because, they technically did turn it into a font, at least to some degree. I don't know if it's like a Windows recognized font or anything, but it is technically a font because I can type into it, and each letter I type has it as a letter in that font. Oh, cool. It does have symbols as well. Didn't know if it would. Alright, I am marking that as a distraction. Then I'm going to step away real quick. Alright, back. Nicotism's work is just insane when it comes to details, extremely... Yes! It is so good! Like, okay, I know I said I was going to go back to working, but I'm sorry. If we're talking details, I have to show off the Sal one. And this is the Sal one unfinished, at that, I should specify. There's just so much in it. You had the money you would have loved to... They do not do commission, or it does not do commissions. Anything that I've gotten from it as far as art has either been a gift or this kind of stuff. This, the snow globe, the stats screen, they were all done via channel point. I happened to end up with a lot of them because I would go to a stream every morning as soon as I woke up and just chill. Unfinished, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like you could see all the personality in like the bed and stuff, and all this stuff, the chandelier swinging in. But as you go through it, you can see that it's not finished. It was going to do more. The desk doesn't change properly, it just flicks over. This back room kind of just appears. And you can tell that I'm guessing life stuff came up. It happens to everyone. But so it kind of had to stop streaming. But you could tell that if it had had more time to finish it, it would have added more details to everything. And when I asked them if something like this would be possible, fully expecting a no, they not only did it say yes, but I was expecting kind of like simple changes. I wasn't expecting each piece of furniture changing to have like as much personality and animation as the character itself. That has enviable tales. It is to this day the most the best representation of Sal's nanites in effect. Taking that small room and turning it into like a massive master suite with its own walk-in bathroom, a chandelier and a balcony, and it's just it was working on like after it started this one for me. Someone else also got one where the entire room was shifting. Because it turned out they had a character that, similar to Sal, had involved a transformation and the reality around it warping to match. But it drew it in, it illustrated that one in a completely different way. It made it feel unique and such. And it's all really impressive. I will admit, before I had seen its streams, I didn't have a very high opinion of pixel art. I was just like, it's all right. It's another form of art. It's not for me, but it has changed my opinion on it so much. Hold on, let me see if I can find. Where does my screenshot software save images? That's under document. Any older one? Back to document. A lot of information conveyed automatically by one's brain when looking at it. Even Figma even had like sketches in the pixels. I will do vocal training after I find what I am looking for. Just want to find some of the early stuff. Certain one that I had where it didn't have the tails, and then one where the tails were kind of rainbowy. Wait, am I doing this in the wrong order? Oh, I am. No, I'm not. His newest to oldest. Yeah. You love the rainbow tail? I have to find the rainbow tail. Because it shows that it animated each tail individually. So in the final one where they're all separate colors, or they're all the same color, it's hard to follow any of the given tails. But here you can see that each tail follows its own path. And I will gush about its art as much as I am allowed. Okay, yeah, here's one where she doesn't have the tails, and you can see all the detail that was put into the outfit. Even though they were covered up by the tails, you can see that the body motion, like the body movement, is still very on point. Of course, the quality of things. Hold on, no, I like this one even better because it adds a bit more body language to after they step back, look around, and then they turn back forward. Just there's so much emotion in that pixel art. What am I doing? I am showcasing someone else's artwork that I got that I heckin' love, and I'm showing off like the progress shots of it at the moment. But it's an animated thing, so I can't show off like stills of it. Do I have any more? I think that's the last one I have. Even the hair movement, right? Yeah, this is the like all the other ones I have are just screenshotting this, like recording a GIF of the stream. I only have a few of the actual exports. By a few, I mean like 2. I also this is just a still of the final thing. And there's so little movement on the tails, but it feels so nice. Little tail idle. The tails have slightly different gradients of gray. Yeah. Only noticed it when I zoomed in. Yeah, it's not visible on any of the like on the GIF recordings because GIFs only has so many color like only hold so many colors. But I don't think every single tail has a slightly different shade of gray. But well, I think there are a few that shade, but they do separate out a lot. A lot of love and skill went into that animation, right? I have the one that they did for Turga. Turga, I'm sorry, but I'm showing off the one that I paid points to get for you. Where's my mouse cursor, please? Thank you. believe I have favorited Turga in Toy House. Yes. There's two of them. I think this is the one that I got for you. Spinning the glow sticks and such. This is the other standalone that Turga has. On a jar of cookies. See, like Turga said in the library, sometimes Turga is okay with being small. She is guarding that plate of cookies. That jar of cookies. Thanks, brain. Also, I think this was before Displacer. I don't see any extra arms or tentacles here. No Snow also got Enigmatism art. I'm sorry, I'm showing off Enigmatism art. I'm showing off some fun Enigmatism art. Because there is this one that Snow got. Then Snow also got a Build-A-Base, as they were called. Oh, fishnet. Oh yeah, there you can see the fishnets on the chest. Alright, I have gushed about Enigmatism art for long enough. I really hope it didn't show up in the meantime. Okay. Okay, it has not shown up. It has not shown up in the viewer list. As much as I love gushing about Enigma's art, I would feel so bad doing it in front of them, or in front of it, because I feel like that would cause it to feel pressured or something. And I don't want to put more pressure on it. No, eventually someone say pressure. Hi, Junie. Look at it. No, it's Friday. You aren't streaming today. Yeah, we were discussing Enigmatism art. It hasn't streamed for about a year. I'm pretty sure it's just been busy and there's life stuff coming up. And while I would love to see it stream again, I don't want to pressure in. it into streaming before it's ready to come back. Get pressured, nerd. And thank you for the follow, Marmalade Fox. Welcome in. We have just spent the last, I don't know, 20 minutes probably not actually drawing. It was an ADHD break. That happens sometimes. Where's my train of thought has gone? I was going to say something. No, that's what my brain started running through troubleshooting for the avatar system again. Anyway, where's our light source? Our light source is there. Let's continue working on our shading. Ah, I have lost all pen pressure. That's new. That is extremely new. Hello? Brush? The pen pressure was used on the peer pressure redeem. Oh no. Problem with ADHD breaks is sometimes it's hard to stop them, then they become the new focus. Alright, let me see if I can figure out what's up with my pen pressure. Well, for one, that's why my pen has felt off recently. The past few... Dragon, you're not in the right spot. You're supposed to be there. The past little bit, my pressure has felt off, and this isn't supposed to be a straight line. Okay, so this isn't registering any pressure either. So it's not Clip Studio. Let me try... Oh, that would do it. Oh, that port is so loose in there. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Oh no, please do not... Do not do tablet, please. Apparently, I went to unplug and replug in the USB cable of my tablet. Anyone that doesn't have a pen display, it has 3 different connectors. It has the power connector, the video connector, and then it also has a USB connector. Unless you have a fancy one that has all of it in one cable, which is possible, but I don't. My USB cable on it is, the port in it is extremely loose. Like, to the point I thought the cable had fallen out, but it's still connected. It just, the whole thing moves, and, I'm just... That's not supposed to do that. Don't suppose it's still under warranty. The thing's 5 years old. It's not. No, if I were to warranty replace, I'd be warranty replacing it for the visual glitches. More so than that. Because heck, those visual glitches. Anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, I shall show you real quick. Find it. Oh. Where did it go? I had it on my YouTube account. It was a private video, but okay. It put it into a different tab. But here, my tablet likes to do stuff like this. And I've changed out the graphics card, I've changed out the cable. It's the only monitor that does it. It's just, unfortunately, it is... Ow. Just ran over my own toe. But anyway, I got pressure back. I thought I had pressure back. Second. I'm glad this stream is going as like seamless as they always do. And look, if I get a replacement pen display, I'd really like to upgrade to one of the 24-inch ones instead of the 20-inch ones. But pen displays are heckin' expensive. That would definitely be an overtime goal. I'm starting to think I should probably start doing. It's like this one I bought back in 2019. It cost me $700, and while that is a lot of money, it is also the only reason that I was kind of really able to start streaming, because I heckin' hated doing digital art before. New tablet crowdfund stream. I'm considering adding it as a crowdfunding goal to my throne. But I feel bad because like that's such an expensive thing. But yeah, I used to do art on my Surface Pro, like digital art on my Surface Pro, and I absolutely hated it. It was getting this tablet that made me realize that, oh, I can actually enjoy digital art. Well, hell, maybe I could even stream it. Hi, Lockley. And do I need the 24-inch screen? Technically, no. I don't technically need it. And I don't think it would make that much difference for standard art. But you know where it would make a difference? It'd be really nice for animating. That gives so much more screen space to keep like the timeline and the different palette layers and all that stuff. Because there's a lot more stuff like panels you need for animating. I like animating. Oh, hi, Kenku. Alright, so while I did fix the pen pressure, Clip Studio Paint is still acting up, therefore we shall restart that. How much longer till the next version of the perpetual license CSP? Heck. They have released stuff in like this past year that would be really hecking useful. But I refuse to pay the monthly subscription. Therefore, I can't get any of it until they release CSP version 3. Really lousy monetization practices. My pressure working now? Good, my pressure's working now. So I'm really glad it wasn't just my imagination that my brushes fell off. That didn't change anything in the pressure settings. They just got reset. I don't know why. Yeah, this feels a lot better. You're worried it died? What triggered the new tablet conversation was me talking about how randomly the pen pressure disappeared. I didn't know why, so I checked the USB cable to unplug it and replug it in. And while that did fix, I also discovered that the connection there is super loose. And I also discussed how it still does the visual glitches that it's been doing for like a year. And I am really worried that eventually this tablet's just going to up and die. So I'm kind of here like, part of me wants to get a new one before that happens. Because once that happens, I can't do commissions to earn money for a new one. But also, they're heckin' expensive. Is the cable maybe? Usually the cable goes before the software? I'll check that. I know it's not the cable when it comes to the visual stuff, because I bought a brand new cable for that and it does the exact same thing. But I'll check the USB cable. I know I have some more USB A to USB B cables. At least start looking for sales and deals. Seem to recall this isn't the first time. I mean, it is technically the first time. Because it's technically the same time, it never stopped. It is fortunately less common than it was before. But it still happens. And trying to think of what has changed, the only thing I can think that has changed is time. And the fact that it has moved into winter. Now I'm suddenly wondering if it's a heat issue. You know what? You know what? While I'm thinking about it, go ahead and mark another distraction if you'd like. I'm just finding that cable real quick, because I know I have a nice, high-quality USB-A to USB-B cable. If I pull it out now, easier to remember to plug it in. There it is. Oh, heck, no. That won't work. USB-B 3. Or the high-speed USB 3 or whatever it's called. It has the extra lanes on it. I'll order it. I'll order a new one. Get something decent quality. See if that helps. Business expense. I am sorry that we've gotten so distracted so many times today, but then at the same time, when don't we? I just... Maybe I feel like I'm grumbling more than normal. Get back. It's Friday? What does that mean? What does Friday mean? I'm a bit confused. Good morning, Zushi. Happy Friday. The whole week's worth of nonsense is giving me cause. Most of this week has, Most of this week has been dealing with weather. If Friday means I'm allowed to grumble, how do I manage to, like, all the people that I've considered, like, letting onto my stream, even though they're all in they're all in very different time zones from me, I somehow manage, they all stream at the same time as me. How did I manage that? That's a moon. Like, I mean, I suppose it's better than the alternative. If they streamed in the afternoon, I wouldn't get to see them at all, because I'm typically at work. That's why most of the afternoon American streamers, I rarely even get to show up. I'm not sure what I expect, now that I think about it. So I rescind my statement. I just have too much going on in the day. That's on me. Because I stream in the mornings and I do my day job in the afternoon, therefore... I don't really... leave time open. I'll figure something out. Your voice is still bad from last night. What happened last night? Understood. Tiny is not wanted on reassure. Neko, I've already explained. He had to voice act like 12 different characters across 3 hours of cutscenes in Final Fantasy. God damn it. Because nothing was voice acted. Luckily, he's taking the fun away from me by actually typing the number. I don't have an excuse. Luckily has learned. Vocal cords are mad. That's how I feel after Palace Principal streams. Just reading documents with old names that I don't know how to pronounce. Brand playthrough on stream. I am assuming that's an expansion, like a certain area. You DM'd me a cutscene. Have I never seen Hildebrand? No, I haven't. I have not looked into anything in that game. The most enjoyment I get out of it right now is intentionally mispronouncing the title to hurt people. have heard of Godbert. I have heard of Godbert, and the only thing I know about them is the dance they do on Neko's stream. That is my only context for them. And part of me wants to leave it at that, because I find it funnier that way. I'll consider watching it. No promises, though. And in all serious talk, part of why I have intentionally avoided looking up anything about the game is I really don't want to. I really do not want to find something that makes me go, oh, I do want to play this game. Because as I just mentioned a few minutes ago, I stream in the morning and I work my day job in the afternoon. I don't have time for an MMO. I don't have time for a big storied game. I barely have time to play SnowRunner and do art. Yes, I have a problem. If I get into a video game, I play too much of it and I don't get anything else done. It happened with Warframe, it happened with Satisfactory, it is currently happening with SnowRunner. I have lost much time to them. I will be honest, I have considered uninstalling SnowRunner just to force myself to stop playing it. And I am still considering it. Allow myself non-productive leisure. Yeah, but I'm not good at managing that, and it starts to take up all of my remaining time, which gets problematic when there's stuff I'm supposed to do off stream, including like working on my comics, doing other leisure activities, eating food. I got the game. When did I get the game? I started playing it on November 28th. I've already got 150 hours in it. I've played 75 and a half hours in the past 2 weeks. How many hours you have? Yeah, but is that because you're building stuff for your stream to be productive, or because you're addicted? Both. Fair. I don't actually get anything productive done when I'm playing SnowRunner. Just takes away time from the stuff I do want to do. Like, I love the game. But, heck, this is why I uninstalled Satisfactory. This is why I stopped playing Warframe. .5k hours in Final Fantasy 14. Fair. And look, the number of hours I said may not have been that impressive. I don't know. But that's with only generally a few free hours each day. I was not expecting to get as much enjoyment out of SnowRunner as I have. You've only got 202 hours of SnowRunner on Steam? Can't play unless you're ready to spend a month playing it. Yeah, that's how I am with Satisfactory. Except right now with my factory, where my factory has, I've gotten to points in the factory where it's so complex that my aphantasia cannot hold it all within my brain what I'm trying to do, and it just stresses me out. And I'm just like, please, brain. So I get overwhelmed and go try something else, and then don't finish that either. And I set Satisfactory down for a bit. But yeah, all in all, I don't really need more video games right now. I am unfortunately one of those people that are susceptible to certain bad habits. People with ADHD are more prone to addiction in various forms. They are. Guess what? I have ADHD, and I am prone to that type of addiction. I will admit it. The degree to which I have in the past taken steps to mitigate that was when I built this computer originally. I intentionally gave it an underpowered graphics card because I didn't want it to turn into a gaming PC. I went extra on the CPU and went under on the GPU. And then later I ended up starting to stream games on stream anyway. So it kind of became didn't end up being as helpful as I had planned. For reasons you don't use any substances, that's part of the reason, like, and knowing that my family in general is susceptible to such things, I've never gotten drunk. I've never smoked cigarettes. I've never tried any other substance. Like, hell, I tried getting drunk in recent times at home with the safety of someone I trusted. And after a while and drinking a fair amount and just being like, there's still nothing, I basically just like, okay. At this rate, I'm just going to start trying to drink more faster to get anything, and then I'm going to overdrink, so I'm just going to stop. Also, I didn't want to drink all of my partner's special Bermuda rum. Trying my best to be healthy. MMO's your favorite genre? Okay. Fair. I have no personal attachments to MMOs. I've not had very many positive experiences with MMOs. Time to focus again. Because, I mean, what do we have in this stream if we don't have absolute focus, right? Oh, we've been bigged. You know, I am frankly quite surprised that it is Neko that redeemed that. Over here stealing your point redeemed. Yes, that's exactly it. That is exactly intended to be stolen from you. Vocal training? Alright. Because I was trying to think of what to name it. Because the other dragon is already Overload. And like this is bigger than that one. So it's just like, what do I do from Overload? So I just called it What If Big. At some point, I'm actually going to have to color these in with markers, and I'm going to be so terrified that I'm going to mess up and just ruin the line art, or that I'm going to the colors are going to be off. Oh, branching avatars. Let's go bigger. Lee, what are you, a macro? Anyway, yeah, this is what I expect from Neko, which is why I was surprised to see them redeem the What If Big. New gremlin. It's been here for a little bit. But yeah, let me do my vocal training real quick. Had to give tease for the redeem name. I was just waiting for you to see it. You've only ever seen the Sphinx one? This gremlin only shows up if you redeem Gremlin while one of the dragons are out. You know, they have not done a redeem for like the past week. That's fine. I just honestly couldn't remember if you had seen it or not. I'm sure there were also people that hadn't seen the What If Big redeem either. You know, Kat, Neko also plays Dave the Diver. Stormblood expansion up to level 80 with no restrictions on playtime. You do love how the dragon gremlin looks? I'm glad. I was actually really uncertain about the dragon gremlin. I was like, I didn't feel like it looked as good as the Sphinx one. I'm really glad you like it. It's a fox that's on fire. It cute? Good. Dragon Feel is more like a cute little friend. Oh, I feel like the eyebrows make a difference there. Like, this one has the, angy eyebrows. This one doesn't have head pats at this point, at the current moment. Save my canvas? And if you insist. Here, check. Head pats. Save canvas. Thank you. Wanna shade the abs. But why do you gotta have abs? Welcome back, Turga. How are you doing? Tired but good. Food has been acquired. Good. Food is important. I need to go get more water before I can rehydrate, so I shall do that. I'm back. I am back and I am Gremlin. Time is it? 12:18. Got about 40 minutes left. I've managed to keep stay focused on commission for most of the stream today. I am happy with. I do think I prefer the texture going that way on this one. Talk about trains. Trains. I don't know much about trains. I just enjoy watching them as they go past. Which, when I was down in Florida, was very rare. But up here, you get to see them a lot more often. And I find that cool. Gotta go visit a train museum someday. The gyro monorail built in 1962. The only animal in North America known to carry large amounts of humans between locations via the ground. You know that in Hershey Park, at least back when I was younger, the area where lost children would stay while their parents came for them was called the Red Caboose. It was just an actual caboose car that they just had in the park. That's part of a train, so that counts, right? Located about halfway between us. I have to look up where that is. She's train working. It is important you do not pet it. It needs to retain the focus on its job. All I know is that YouTube has recently started showing me brain videos, and I'm just like, YouTube, are you trying to call me out? Now I know that there's a very big machine that goes through and cleans all the rocks that are underneath the railroad tracks. Do not ask me what it's called, I cannot for the life of me remember. You wanna link me something real quick? Choo choo vroom vroom. Well, it's just like, apparently the rocks down there have to stay clean, so, like, so the water and stuff can drain off the track properly. So, if they get too... If the gaps between the rocks get too filled with dirt and stuff, they have to clean it out. Which I didn't know they could do. You don't know what people don't know? Did you know that the train is a vehicle that can travel along a preset path on a set of rails? Their tires are made of, like, their tires are metal. Or, sorry, they're wheels. I don't know if... Do trains have tires? Just considered wheels? I don't know. Steel locomotives have steel tires? Or steam locomotives have steel tires. Modern trains do not. Subway trains have tires. Train facts. Did you know that the_tiniest Neko knows way more about trains than I do? Why does the sandwich fast food train have tires in some locations? Or their own trains in the first place? I mean, how else are I supposed to get the subs to you? I am awaiting this thing. As a bonus train fact, you should not give a train food while it's working. The trains have their own bowls of train chow and oil on any given location to help them feel at home. You also must not give them food after midnight. Finish that comic today. Earlier, I was talking about how for the new 365 days, I'm swapping out to the alternate character design. There's a few things on the design I may have to change, but also a few things that I'm not sure if I want. Because the alternate design I have basically has inverted colors, where it's like black fur with orange stripes, and I don't know if that's going to translate very well. Like, it would only show up in colored images, but in the black and white pages, I would be kind of sketching in the stripes, but they're technically lighter, so it would just be, I don't know. Be worth swapping around the color palette? I don't know either. I'll have to just kind of mess with things. It could also just be that I just draw in the stripes in pencil, and then anytime I color, I do the other colors. One thing I have realized, though, is I have no idea. It was never determined in the original design, because I've never colored it. I don't know what the hair color is. I'll have to figure that out. been promised the link and I have never received the link, and I don't know if I'm just being too impatient or if someone got distracted. Probably just being too impatient. Is it 1 o'clock yet? I don't want to stop streaming. I want to go at least until 1. Hi, Mal. We've made good progress today. Pob Talk did come up. Thank you for smacking the nothing button. Hi, Laser. How's it going? You back from class? Excellent. What did you teach the class today? You did not teach. Then what were you even doing there? Initial environment setup for a coding class. It is important to set up your environment. That's where you put all the little life forms. You hope this is a filter layer, not blurring out the hard work. This is a duplicate layer. Because I actually keep both layers on. And use the two of them to achieve the particular shading I do. I still gotta go back in and do some more shading around the upper torso. But then with this, you then go back in as well. And fill in a bit more in the dark areas. You could have bought your path redeem and been not far off getting a lore redeem. But when shading, of course, you don't want your shading to be just black. Let's try like a red, right? That is a viable option. But whichever color you choose tends to set the tone of the piece. A little over. Oh, okay. So not just how much you've spent on it, but how much has been spent in general. That feels more believable. I remember to ever program in Last Redeemed by Laser Kitty Girls TV. Okay, yeah, it does show. It does show who last redeemed it. For now, I'm going to keep it a reddish tint. That matches with the color as well. So I might change it later. I think 10 minutes early, but I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you everyone for joining today. Let's go see who we can raid. Particularly, we're just going to raid. We're gonna raid Jesse. Thank you everyone for joining today. I will be back tomorrow with some games. We're going to go raid Jesse. Make sure you have your Fox rules ready. Anyone that's new, when we raid out, everyone gets their own Fox rule using the Fox rule command. That's going to be your raid message. Everyone, please be sure to make sure you do some self-care for the rest, like after stream. Get up, stretch, hydrate, get some food if you haven't in a while. I will see you next time. With that, have a wonderful rest of your day.